we started early with a bit of golf. Sorry, at the range,
Oh,
top golf
yeah. Oh,
at
yeah, you made a
9:30
day
in the
of it.
morning, bro. And so we
Oh,
would like started there, and then went back to a friend's house, watch some UFC, just watch Pereira,
oh,
just
yeah, yeah.
monster Roundtree. He got a win there, and by the time the game came on, I was a little bit dusty, but I was as soon as it's like when when you're a bit half cut, and then the game just takes your concentration, almost sobers you up, bro. And that's what it felt like, man. It was high quality. It was
Yeah,
like
bro.
Origin like. Was probably not even up until that last try, probably anyone's game up
Mm-mm.
until that last try when Penrith sealed it, bro. But yeah, it was fitting. It was fitting way to end the season.
Yeah.
Top two teams by miles, bro.
Very much so. Yeah, those top two teams on show. Before we start to break it down, also let's quickly jump into the usual all eyes player of the weekend. Who stood out for you? Only one game, so um, pretty hard to narrow it down. But yeah, probably a lot of players. But let's who kind of stood out to you the most over the weekend,
Uh,
bro?
bro, pretty easy one for me. And he got man of the match. Clive Churchill was
Mm,
Liam Martin. Solo the Galona was such a just an arm wrestle, and both teams wasn't really giving each other much, eh?
mm,
And just some little moments, but this guy was punching all game. But
yeah,
he really stood up. And the two moments they scored those the two tries, or his one obviously, um, just a simple running the line. It was more of a error and judgment from the Storm edges. But that last try, bro, to seal it off, and
mm.
that was just fucking pure hungers from Liam Martin, bro,
Yeah,
chasing
yeah.
that
Just
kick.
the chase, yeah, bro.
Just chasing that kick
He,
hard too, man. It was perfect kick. And I think it was Alamoti that he offloaded to, bro. But some two crucial moments to be a part of. But just during the game, man, he was tough. He'd been
yeah,
tough all year, man. And if we think back about 6 weeks ago, bro, everyone was kissing old Angus Crichton's ass, who was playing fucking awesome. But I
mm-mm.
think his season kind of dropped off as the finals come alive, whereas Liam Martin just went build up, and it
The
was
level, yeah, man.
by the time he finished, and there's some quality second rows in the competition, but by the time that game finished, bro, he was head and shoulders probably the best second row in the game, man.
Nice call out, bro. Yeah, yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree with the awarding of Clive Churchill for Liam Martin. Um, I wanted to call out, probably in the losing side, Eliseo Katoa. Um, he's had an awesome season. And just to finish the season in that grand final, his first grand final, and the way he played it as well. He really stepped up for the Storm. They were missing Nelson big time.
Mm.
But yeah, no, he really stood out. Just his efforts, just his similar to Liam Martin, like just on the losing side, but just constantly pushing his body, trying to get into places where he shouldn't be expected to be. And just his engine, like just seeing the work they've put into him and just the work he's put in for himself, like just those fitness levels and effort. Just seeing him he took a couple carries on one set as well. So yeah, and unfortunately they didn't get the win, but yeah, amazing season from Katoa as an individual. So I think he should be very proud of the season he's had. Sekius, let's jump straight over to the opposite flip side. Kaea Kele, hard award to give, especially in a grand final when both teams are so deserving to be there. So I don't know if you picked out a player or a certain particular play for your Kaikele of the weekend.
Um, bro, I was reaching for this, bro, because
Mm,
if we're gonna pull it out of this game, um, it was kind of hard to pick anything, man. Uh, I I I went with Cameron Munster in this, and it's hard for me to put him in because he was probably their best player. But just a Kaya Kele moment where he was that try that Liam Martin scored, and it was a bit of a it was also from the Panthers, bro. They went left, and Luai shifted it back to Cleary on the other side of the ruck, and he just he hit Liam Martin, who had bro, no one in front of him because Munster just coming rushing in, bro. And I think it was Health, and it was an awesome try to watch because they build it up like the set,
Yeah,
the previous,
they
not the previous
attacked
set, the
him. They
previous,
attacked. Yeah, he
yeah, the
just
previous play. They're
Storm
coming
was
down
in
on
all
their right hand
sorts of.
side, on the Storm's left hand side, and Munster and I think it was Health.
Bloor.
It was Health. We're struggling, bro. And poor Health. Bring on more Bloor or Health. Sorry, man, just forgive me. But one of these guys, it was just late getting back and come up. He'd come up as soon as Luai threw that ball, but Munster almost didn't trust him.
Yeah,
And when they come up on Cleary, and then when Cleary just gifted that ball to Liam Martin, I thought Munster created that hole, but so I think
yeah, because he came
he
up
was the
quick
shining
and
light.
then
Yeah, you
yeah,
remember that try?
yeah.
That Liam went over for it. That Munster come in and then they even did like a stop and freeze it
I
there.
understand it's a hard call to make on him because like you're saying, the lead
He
up
was their
to that,
best player, eh?
yeah, and the lead up to that, it
180
was like
meters.
two, 3 sets just banging that same. So
Mm.
they're like scrambling, like which way are these guys going?
Yeah,
So
scrambling.
you can, yeah,
But
man, you
man,
can't kind of,
like I said, bro, both teams, man, are deserved finalists. I don't want to use that harsh words, Kaea, Kele, but
yeah,
yeah, just because that was such an important moment of the game, man. Yeah. What you got, bro?
nice. I probably again very hard call to make on grand final teams. But has to be a winner and a loser. So yeah, harsh words again. But Kaea Kele, probably in terms of the Storm forwards, and I probably use that loosely because it's not like they played poor. Um, I think they just didn't step up when they were missing Nelson. He brings something different to that team, and they were really needing someone to really punch through. Uh, and like I was saying with Katoa, it wasn't a lack of effort from the guys, but I mean, you're injured, so I think that's probably more credit to the way Panthers really targeted what they usually do. They target where they see a weakness, and they knew that missing that big body of Nelson, they just kept coming back to those middles, and yeah, I think the forwards really struggled from the Storm to make an impact
Just on
in
that,
that space.
boy, for English, fucking awesome name, man. Lazarus Valepo.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah,
don't
poor
know if
lads, yeah.
I don't know if they also maybe the game was a bit fast and Bowers, who you can never question this guy as coach, probably the best in the game, but man, you only gave him 9 minutes, eh?
Well,
And
there
he's a
was that
big
one
body.
touch, his first touch, he got like a meter from the line, and then there was like two more sets where they had chances, and I
Yeah,
was thinking, give him the ball, like he's hungry, he just got on, like it's a
yeah,
grand final, like there's the chance that he might be overexcited and knock it on, but yeah, he was like in there, and it's just he wasn't set for the punch because he was kind of flat. So I don't know if that's on him or they just didn't see him as being the play. But yeah, that one play that he got, he came a meter from the line. So I don't know if that just because of the structures they play in, if that kind of was further than he was meant to go, and so they're like, fuck. Because if you just get on in a grand final and get sprayed after your first run, he's
yeah,
probably like, "Oh fuck, I don't want to run it anymore." Then like
yeah.
they're probably like, "Fuck, you meant to stop in front, and you just carried on to try and be a hero. Now we're fucking out of position."
Him and Tui, he was
Yeah,
strong, but he didn't get big minutes. But I don't know, maybe these guys, because the game was so hardly any stoppages, so maybe they were blowing,
yeah,
bro. But
yeah.
it's and the game in general. Anyway, it's almost moving away from these big body types, eh?
Yeah,
But yeah, no, that's a good call, bro. Harsh, because I thought
yeah,
I just thought that maybe almost kind of the forwards cancelled each other out. But we'll get into the game a bit later on.
hmm
But yeah, man, fucking forwards, Penrith, man, fucking always good, man.
All right. Let's get straight into it then, bro. Quite a few games coming out. A few points to talk about from the game. We touched on Clive Churchill medalist Liam Martin. Jahrome Hughes, Dally M winner. We probably missed mentioning that. That happened in between our last podcast. Uh, Probably harsh to kind of judge him on one game. Deservedly, Dally M Player of the Year. Would you have expected more from him as the Dally M Player of the Year this game?
Um, yeah. Watching the game, bro. Um, he really had no opportunities. He didn't get too many quick play of the balls. Um, and the spine, they really come alive up in the middle, and I just don't think he had too many of those. I'm trying to look up his run meters. I don't think he had too many, man. And it just shows that I thought he was just kicking most of the game into the corners. Oh, 115 run meters, but I think they looked after him quite well. They negated him. Maybe as you said, also without Sofa Solomon, just not getting those dominating tackles, up front. But
Yeah.
he hadn't a bad game, and he's probably been the form 7. And I don't think Cleary did any better. I just thought Cleary did his job. Did what they always do when they get that quality ball. I just don't remember. And this is me just going off fresh off the grand final. Um,
Yeah.
I just don't remember the Storm hard on attack too many times in the Penrith red zone. For a long part of that game, also, all I remember is Storm bringing it off their own 10 meters
Yeah.
and Hughes kicking from halfway, trying to bomb to the corner. Um, it's really hard to get a running game when you're not in the position. So yeah, I get where you come from, especially when you get the Daily M. Your the what is it called? Everyone expects you to go even the next step because you're in the grand
Mm-mm.
final. But it's still a team game, man. I just don't think. I was looking up in the first 10 minutes. You know when Cary Grant scored, and he scored because one of those markers weren't ready, and that's the kind of
Yeah.
quick
Yeah.
ball that Hughes needs. And I
Mm.
thought, oh, look out, they're on here. But as that game went on, bro, and uh, as that grind and the arm wrestle continued, I almost felt like even when they missed that kick and it was 6-4 to the Storm, I almost felt like Soler. I can feel the Panthers getting on top. Hey, it
Yeah.
was that
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone and over the top when he's doing the old hand.
Turning the head around. Yeah. You
You can
could see
feel it's
Cleary was
coming.
looking to turn the head around.
Yeah. But I don't know what to put my finger on. I don't think Hughes had a
Yeah.
bad game, bro. I
No.
just
Yeah.
don't think that he had his opportunities.
Mm. Yeah. I agree. There was no memorable moments that you can kind of point to. Something that Hughes had. Yeah, and I don't know if there were like you're saying, like similar to you, just kind of from memory. A lot of it was coming off, their own line, and just having to work hard. Um, and probably the stylistic of the play as well, very similar to Penrith. The Storm have had uh, beaten them twice during the season, so I think they thought they had the upper arm. But man, Panthers just have such an ability to adjust to find these differences in gameplay, and they really, I guess, the work that they did in the ruck, just every time they hit the line, and it wasn't big breaks. Like I think, as much as I gave Kele to the Storm forwards, they actually did a good job of containing them.
Mm.
But that's pretty much all they did. Like it was containing. It was like, so there was no huge line breaks from the Panthers, but they were always getting a nose in front. They were always falling, like just what the Panthers constantly do. It's all arms and elbows. They're always getting on the front, getting up quick. And I think just that punch and that style of going through the middle, like that's where Paps really shines. And they did a great job of shutting him down through the middle just every time. Just trying to get that quick ruck and trying to move through there. Him and Harry Grant, through the season, that's been the weapon. Just those guys clicking. Even the week before, we were excited because you kind of saw those combinations coming together. Like, man, the spine's clicking. Like, they haven't had everyone healthy. Munster was singing, and man, they just nullified. That wasn't even a thing. Like, every time Paps got the ball, someone was on him. So, yeah, just relentless from the Panthers. And it's amazing to think this is a team, like, just the hunger for a team that's doing this for a fourth time in a year. I think that was the most impressive and frustrating thing. Like, I'd kind of pipped the Storm, like, no investment in either team, but
Mm.
just kind of thought, stylistically and the way the Storm had been playing, oh, this guy, hey man. Yeah, I really thought the Storm had it, but yeah, just the levels that the Panthers can go to, really just suffocated them.